What's up, America? Comedian Jeff Giant. I'm here. I'm back. I told you. I told you what's going to happen. You didn't want to listen, Donald Chunk. Now, look what you created, Mr. Chunk. You see what you have done? You have created a whole riot with your arrogantness, with your ability not to understand human emotions. Okay? This is what you have created. They are all out here. The reason why this thing got out of hand like this is because the way you have ran your government. You have making these people feel so inferior and have so much edge on them that they could do and say anything they want, just like you. Let's take, for instance, the man over there in Minnesota. Okay, he's the one, the executive man that's talking about the prosecutor for the state. I'm not going to do anything until I get all of the information. Then we're going to investigate and see. So we're not going to arrest those men. What? Now, do you see what just happened yesterday? Last night? He said that yesterday morning, that we get all of the evidence, and the evidence take a while. And then we turn around there and then make an arrest if we need to. Talking about the man, we call him Neck Man. The man who had his knee in the man's, Mr. Floyd's neck. Neck Man. He the one. Oh, we're not doing it. And then the other three that stand by and watching and holding them down. The other two holding them down. Yes, sir. So the prosecutor, he turned around there and said he's not going to do anything. And boy, did they set that city on fire last night. Set it on fire. As a matter of fact, they burned down one of the police stations. They burned it, and it was a big building. Burned it down. Burned it down. You know why? Because all the police was over at the guy Neck Man's house, guarding his house. About 900 of them surrounded his whole house, guarding his house. Okay, in a riot gear. And meanwhile, they burned down a whole policing. Okay? Along with other buildings. Burning them down. I told you, there's a whole new Negro out there now. And they not doing no kumbaya. They not waiting for Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. They not waiting on them no more. They not. They out there. And they want justice. Because they couldn't get it. But just so happened today, all of a sudden, the prosecutor, he come and had a press conference and said they had made an arrest, one arrest. And they had arrested the guy, Neck Man. Now the other three still out, but they got him. Talking about we have seen the evidence, abundant evidence. Oh, you just said the other day that the evidence wasn't until you had to get all of it. Oh, it took 17 hours to get all the evidence for him? But you got it now, didn't you? So they just turned around there and arrest him. Okay, took him into custody. But they turned around there and still got three more to go. If I was in a car and I had two more other brothers in the car and we're driving, going somewhere, and my man stop out and rob somebody, shoot him, don't kill him, man. Guess what? Guess who's going to jail, people? All three of us for attempted murder. But all of a sudden, this man is by himself and the other three are still out? No. They all got to go. All of them. They in Atlanta rioting. They in Chicago. They all over there in three more different cities rioting. They tearing up Atlanta right now. Because of you, Mr. President. You didn't even talk to the family until Joe Biden had to talk first and console the family. That's why he's going to be president. He consoled the family. All of a sudden you run to him, I did. No, the one thing you said was, when they up there looting, we going to start shooting. And then your coward behind tail turned around and made an excuse and said, I didn't know what that meant. You didn't know what something, that's why we call you Dumb Donald. That's why we call you Dumb Donald. How are you going to say a quote, if they start shooting, if they start looting, we going to start shooting. And call them thugs. But you didn't understand the phrase. You didn't know what it meant. Lying again, Dumb Donald. You don't say things if you don't know what the meaning is. That's why we call you Dumb Donald and you can't be president. My goodness. So check this out. So after that, CNN man this morning, a black guy, he's doing the reporting. This is like 7 o'clock in the morning. He's doing a reporting. Lo and behold, they arrested the first Negro they saw. He's doing a show and they arrested him while he was talking on air. Said, you're under arrest. He said, for what? The man said, you're under arrest. What? Took him in handcuffs and took him to the jail. But wait a minute. You take him in handcuffs and told him he's under arrest and took him to jail. Didn't even tell him. But you couldn't even go out and get this, the neck man, knee man in the neck. You couldn't arrest him for what he did, but you arrested the CNN guy and said he was under arrest. But you couldn't arrest the man that we saw committing a crime. That's why, y'all, that's why the city is burning down. That's why everyone in all these other states are setting it on fire. Because you guys, you, Mr. District Attorney, didn't have the gall, the balls to turn around there and say, we're getting them all. Now look, you got riots all over. All over the country now. They rioting because of you and your friend named Mr. Dumb Donald. He go ran and go talk to the family. He had a press conference today. Check this out. President Trump had a press conference. He's sitting up there talking. He's talking about China. Who gives a care about China now? Oh, and he's dropping out of the World Health Organization. He's getting out of that. China. Dude, and then afterwards he could go on and on about China. After he said we had over 105,000 killed, he blamed it on China. China. No, dumb Donald. He's in China. You're in America. You're the president. You just took too long to do anything. Just like you took too long to say a word about the Mr. Floyd getting his knee and his neck. You took too long to even talk about that. And look what happened. See, dumb Donald, you're delayed. That's why you're slow. And back in the day, we called people like you retarded. Now we realize you really are retarded. You're not even slow. My goodness, you created a whole riot. That's why you can't be president. Joe Biden did an excellent job today. So they arrested the man on CNN. They arrested him and they had no charges. All of a sudden they took him and 200 yards down, a white CNN man was reporter. Same thing, had a badge, everything. Didn't touch him. But they arrested the black one that had all the credentials hanging off him, everything. They arrested him. 200 yards down, the white one, doing the same thing. All the police around everything, no problem with him. The arresting officer said, well, it just came from up top. Those are my orders. Okay, so your orders was arrest the first black you see. And that's what they did. Y'all, we don't learn. We haven't learned yet. You haven't learned yet, but you're learning now because you got a new Negro out there. And they ain't playing. They not playing at all. And they ready. Okay? Let me explain something to you. See, you got blacks, you got Negroes, and you got niggas. All right? Now, the blacks, those are the ones that stand in the house. The Negroes are the ones that's talking like me and trying to get things straight and trying to understand and come to reason. And then you got these niggas. And we got white niggas, because white niggas are out there doing the same damage as the blacks and the browns. But them white niggas are out there too, and they are tearing stuff up too. So you got all three of those. And them niggas out there are going at it good. The Negroes are trying to understand and compromise. And the blacks, some of those, they just sitting at home and watching it on CNN. So the new nigga out there now, the blacks and the whites and the browns, they tearing it down. That's right. They not going with that kumbaya no more. It's a whole new ball game. Because of you, Mr. Trump, you gave so much, what is the word I want to use? You gave so much empowerment to these authority, to these policemen, Knock them in the head when you put in the car. Don't be nice with them. Then you're going to say, if they looting, shoot, we're going to shoot it. You gave so much empowerment. Now it's out of control. Okay? So now, Mr. President, look what you got your hands. Look what you got your hands on now. You got a holy mess. You never even addressed the family, even when you came on the air today and did your little crazy China speech, who nobody cared because we got a riot going on in Minnesota, and you talking about China, and you going to drop out of the World Health. Nobody care about that. They care about all of the people burning down and all this stuff happening in Minnesota, and you talking about darn China? That's why you're done. Because you don't have a clue of compassion. Joe Biden had to come in and do your job. Thank you, Joe. And you're going to call Joe slow. Joe ain't retarded. Joe handled his business well today. But you blew it again. And your district attorney over there in Minnesota, he blew it. You better go get those other 3 and put them in jail tonight. Because if not, all of this going to be burnt up. All of it. Because they're riding in every city now. Atlanta, they tearing Atlanta up. Because of you, Mr. District Attorney, talking about you're just going to give us this man. We don't care. We want them, all 3 of them. He had his knee in his neck. And then the other ones had a knee in his back and the legs, holding his legs. Come on. Bruh, it's over. And then you had a little sukiyaki out there. He up there trying to make sure nobody else is going to move. Little stir-fried cop. He doing all that. Okay? Come on, man. Y'all in a world of hate. It's a world of hate out there. And you created it. And this is what you got to take. So, I just want you to know, like you said, if they loot, you shoot. And you didn't understand it. You still don't understand. I see y'all again. Peace.